Orders are as follows. Good morning, cadets. Welcome back to our Starfield playthrough, where we're on our way to get chipped. Oh, that sounds so real.
Don't wander into
Anyway.
any restricted areas.
Yeah, sure. And let's see what is gonna be the next part for the Ryujin quest
Double
line.
check those measurements are right.
I have
Anesthesia
performed
always
a
makes me
cursory
nervous.
scan of your vital
Hey,
signs.
Vina.
You are currently alive.
Ah, here's my lucky candidate. I hope you're ready to embark on one amazing journey.
What does this internal neuroamp do exactly?
The internal neuroamp is basically the next leap in our line of influential amplifiers. It gives the user dominion over a less dominant target, meaning you can heavily influence another person's thoughts and actions.
Is the ability to influence someone like that even illegal?
Technically, that remains to be seen. It's not legal, but those decisions will be left up to a higher power who is neither you nor me.
Great, so I'm gonna become an influencer. That sounds almost like mind control.
Hey, let's not get carried away there. That terminology is a bit heavy-handed. So, are you ready to get started?
You are qualified to perform an operation like this, right?
Neurosurgery is my specialty. I've performed more operations than I can count on a wide variety of brains. So I like to think that I'm wildly overqualified. Really, I could do this in my sleep.
Please don't. Yeah, just don't fry my brain.
Oh, don't worry. That's not on the agenda. Now, just a few details before we begin. Obviously, we'll be putting you under. I'll be making a small incision in the back of your skull where the internal neuroamp will be fitted. The whole procedure should only take 3 to 4 hours with little to no downtime afterwards, provided DeMarcus got everything entered correctly.
Did I not just say I quadruple checked the numbers?
You know I'm just giving you a hard time. Besides, I've got to make sure my patient is reassured.
Uh-huh. Okay, what sorts of risks are involved here?
There's little to no risk, assuming your brain is typical and you don't have any adverse reaction to the anesthesia. First sign of trouble, we back out and start evaluating other candidates.
Right, because joking around before surgery is always reassuring.
You're gonna be fine. All I'm saying is that you're in good hands. Now, just lie down on the table once you're ready, and we should be good to go.
I hope you know what you're doing. I worry about you. Be safe.
Fingers crossed.
All right, let's get this party started.
Hey, you're finally awake.
Well, look who's finally up. The operation was a success, obviously. Once you're able to refocus, let me know how you're doing.
Should be fine, hopefully.
So, how are you feeling? You look good?
Yeah, I'm always real good. Anyway, does this mean the procedure was a success?
Huge success. No surprises, no signs of rejection. You were the ideal subject. Now, we just keep our fingers crossed and hope no unknown side effects come creeping in later.
Gotcha, I was about to say that. I feel fine. Everything seems to be the same.
That's exactly what we want. Just a couple quick notes before using the internal neuroamp. First, you can only influence one person at a time. And second, the effect is temporary, so be prepared if you use it in a combat situation.
If the effect is temporary, how long will it last?
Let's just say it varies based on the user. Some people have greater mental capabilities than others, which would increase the duration.
Okay, understood.
Great. Now let's test this sucker out. DeMarcus has graciously volunteered for science, he says.
Isn't he the one of your top employees? You'd really risk his life.
Our preliminary testing was rigorous enough that there's little to no risk involved here. The biggest unknown was finding the perfect compatible alloy for the implant. We've had the tech itself working externally for quite some time.
Alright. Let's see what this can do.
That's the spirit. DeMarcus loves being hands-on and experiencing things on his own. It's probably why he's the second most published scientist here, after me. Just head up the stairs nearby to the observation deck.
I couldn't ask for a better boss.
Okay. Press F to open your scanner and target the person you want to manipulate. Please press E to bring. Okay, select manipulation. Diplomacy, instigation, intimidation, manipulation are all okay. And if I fail one... Okay, manipulation apparently. Don't I give him any more orders where to go? So this is random. Ah, okay. Move towards the key card. Pick it up, nice. Okay, do I need to do it again? Yeah. Gotcha. Okay, so that's how it works.
On the one hand, I'm fascinated by the incredible technology. On the other, I'm terrified what could happen should this fall into the wrong hands. I've
True.
never been so divided about something in all my life.
Oh my god, that was incredible! What was it like?
Wow. How to describe it? 1 minute I was excited about seeing how the experiment would go. The next, I had a brief moment of disorientation and figured I must have lost my train of thought. It felt eerily natural. And yes, I admit it, just as you predicted.
I knew it, I knew it, I knew it! I can hardly wait to finish writing up my latest dissertation. And you owe me 100 creds.
I'll be keeping myself under constant surveillance now. I'm curious if any other side effects may manifest.
Guess we'll have to see. Vena?
So, tell me all about it. How did it feel? Any side effects?
If I suffer any side effects, do I get any compensations?
Well, I'd leave that up for Alexis and Lyndon to decide. Compensation's not really my thing.
Didn't feel like anything at all to me.
Yes! Good. Hear that, DeMarcus? That's 2 for 2 now.
I heard. It really was fascinating how all I experienced was a moment of disorientation. It's truly remarkable tech.
You didn't feel violated at all?
Not at all. But I can imagine if I experienced disorientation like that, but regained my awareness in another room, it could be a bit jarring. We'll definitely be running some more tests in the future though. So many situations to account for.
What if I had used it to make you kill another person?
Those are the kind of edge cases that I let the board work out. Obviously, tech like this is going to come with its fair share of red tape.
Yeah, I agree. This opens up a lot of possibilities, good and bad.
When it comes to your job, you bet it does. Besides, the neural amp isn't total control. If a subject's morals or beliefs in something are strong enough, we still see points of failure. That being said, it's been interesting to discover the actions our subjects sanction in their own minds.
Okay. As much as I'd love to go over the details and potential of this amazing piece of technology I created, Masako wants to see you. It sounds like you have an assignment to complete, and DeMarcus and I have a lot of notes to record.
Okay, so that means... Can we talk more?
Didn't Vina say Masako wants to see you?
Yeah. I'm just curious, did you really not feel anything when I used the amp on you?
Not a thing. It was like those moments where you lose your train of thought, or space out for just a moment. If you're worried about using it in Infinity's HQ, I guarantee no one there's going to notice.
And are you really not worried about how dangerous the amp is?
Well, sure. It's one of the many things where, in the wrong hands, it can be considered exceptionally dangerous. But at the same time, have you read about the Colony War? A tool like the internal neuroamp could be the key to preventing another one.
Could be. But there's something that Vina mentioned, and I was thinking the same. I'll explain in just a second. What if you experience side effects later on? Aren't you worried at all?
If you'd seen the studies and tests we've run, you'd understand why I'm not concerned. Besides, if anything does happen, I've got the best neurosurgeon in the settled systems to help me find a solution.
Okay, if you're sure.
So long.
Vina?
Oh, Masako told me about imaging. It's completely irrational, right? I think I'll be processing this one for a long time.
Yeah, so regarding what she just said towards the end of the previous conversation. So yeah, depends on the mental capacity of the other person and also beliefs. So I'm getting the idea that if somebody has strong beliefs not to hurt other people or not, then it's close to impossible maybe to convince that person to do something bad that really goes against their beliefs. So that's what I'm getting, and I'm curious. I'm just wondering, were you absolutely sure I'd recover from the AMP procedure?
Don't be ridiculous. Of course I wasn't. Nothing in science is absolute. I had a hypothesis that you'd be alright, which we proved correct via experimentation. The perfect scientific process. The seamless integration of my internal neuroamp into your brain structure is the happy consequence of that experiment.
What did you intend for the internal neuroamp to be used?
I have to get back to work. Did you need something else?
Yeah.
It wasn't so much the intention as the challenge it represented. Masako actually proposed the idea, citing numerous advantages for Ryujin. I couldn't resist. I'm sure you were hoping for a higher calling within that story, but it's really the complexity and challenge that motivated me to do it.
Excuse me, Mr. Sterling?
Mr. Sterling? Who's that? Call me DeMarcus. You're the new engineer, right?
Wait,
Stop
yeah,
by
but
my
what's your
office
name?
next time you're in the
Today's,
tower, okay?
my third day.
I hope they've been the best 3 days of your life then.
Sure, sir. I have a message from Ms. Cora for you.
From Vina? Sure, what is it?
She says, the only way you could have been more wrong about the electron thing is if you were talking about protons instead.
Of course she does. Now let me tell you what to say back.
Hello there. It's always nice to meet someone new.
Weird, what's going on here? Is this guy controlled? Or was this just a random conversation?
I've always wondered.
Huh. It was a bit awkward that he said like, oh, message from Vina? Wait, she's standing right here.
Obviously.
Cool. We haven't finished our
Probably don't want to
conversation
keep
though.
Masako waiting.
Guards on this floor.
I'm just curious, have you given any thought to the repercussions that tech, like the Neuro Amp, comes with?
Every now and then. I understand the dangers, which is why I also came up with the shielding mod. But there's a lot of tech out there we use every day that has plenty of dangerous implications. This is why I leave repercussions for people like Masako and Alexis to figure out.
And how does it feel to have finally completed the internal Neuro Amp?
It's so satisfying. Not only that, it's like this incredible tension has been lifted off my shoulders. I guess I never realized how much my drive to complete it affected me.
Also, I recovered some data on something called the Marzana project.
Did you say Marzana? I thought most of that data was lost. If you have anything at all on that project, I'll gladly take it off your hands.
What is this project?
I'm afraid I can't give you any details. It's still confidential even though the project has been shelved.
How was most of the data lost?
We're still not sure, and in this industry, it really could be anything. Faulty tools, bad estimates, even sabotage.
Huh. Sure, happy to help. It's all yours.
With this data, maybe I'll be able to reopen the project. Thanks for finding this, and here's a little something as a bonus. Think of it as incentive if you happen to find any more.
Thank you.
I'm always happy to chat about my work.
I don't know when and where I found that item about the Marzana project, but sure, I'll take it. Didn't have any activity or whatnot. Okay, let's meet up with Masako.
This deal could be good. You're here. I wasn't sure how accurate Vina's promise of no downtime was going to be.
Let's just hope her promise of no brain damage holds true as well.
Okay, so this would be the tower. You see roof access. R&D, general, okay. Probably need to get to marketing. Option A, roof maintenance. Option B, main entrance with assigned identity. Okay.
Now that you've been outfitted with the internal neuroamp, it's time to put that tech to work. We're sending you into Infinity Ltd. Lucas Drexler is about to learn exactly why you don't steal from Ryujin Industries.
Okay. Just give me the details.
All right. Yuko has provided a layout of Infinity Ltd. You have two options for this assignment. We'll be providing you with the means for both. Option A, you gain entry through their maintenance access on the roof. Option B, we give you an assigned identity and arrange a meeting for you.
Who... Okay, would I really be attending this meeting?
Of course not. The meeting is just a legitimate way in. Once inside, you'll be led to a waiting room where your host will be running late. That's your opportunity to make your way to either the executive floor or R&D.
What are the benefits of option A versus option B?
Option A, you need to remain under the radar the entire time. Option B, you have a slight cover that may give you the opportunity to talk your way to your objectives.
You know what, I'll figure it out when I get there.
As long as you're prepared when the time comes. Now, depending on your preference, you'll either find yourself in the maintenance hallway or the marketing department. From there, you have 3 targets. First, you have Lucas Drexler's computer, located in his office on the executive floor. Second is Faye Sengsavan's computer, in research and development. And third, you need to obtain the prototype they are working on, also in R&D.
As you can see, you've several floors to traverse, so I hope you're prepared for an adventure.
How far in I can get with that identity you're arranging for me?
You'll only have free range on the marketing floor. Infinity may be cheap, but they know at least some level of security is needed in this business.
No problem. I can handle it.
That's what we're counting on. Now, I had Ularu create a program that you need to run on both Lucas and Faye's computers. I'll let her explain the details.
You see, once we expose Infinity Ltd., all of their data is going to come under intense scrutiny.
We only want the public to know about their mercenary hires and unauthorized human trials. But Project Dominion needs to remain confidential. I've created an overseer program that will gather all the evidence we need, and at the same time delete anything relating to Ryujin and the internal neuroamp.
Okay. What about the people that know about it, like Lucas himself?
Anyone who comes forward to defend Lucas would be prosecuted as either aiding or being an accessory to these crimes. They all know career suicide when they see it. As for Lucas himself, if he wants to speak up and add corporate theft to his laundry list of crimes, fine. But who's going to believe him?
With tech like that, I can see why you'd want to maintain control of the narrative, though I strongly object to the methods.
If the media were to draw their own conclusions, I'm certain they'd just create a panic among people. Controlling the narrative is of the utmost importance.
Oh, let's just hope this program is as thorough as you say then, and as safe.
No, we don't want to mess on this one. A body count will only distract from what we're trying to accomplish here. In fact, unless they're a master at being one with the shadows, I'd suggest you leave your friend behind. Lower the risk. Simon Rychek provided some useful info on how to evacuate civilians from the building. I'm sure you remember him from Sidonia.
Yep.
Infinity's maintenance crew is understaffed. It's only a matter of time before pressure gauges go unchecked and they have a massive issue on their hands. Once that pressure becomes too much, every floor in the building is going to suffer from gas leaks, setting off an automated alarm to evacuate the building. Simon was able to get a passcode for you to access their system's computer, so you can force the heating system to fail.
Alright, also I was thinking, again, we might need to go solo on this. Alright, where is this computer I need to use this passcode?
If the information Simon provided is accurate, you can reach the control systems through a computer located in the maintenance area. It's a pretty convenient stop if you enter in through the roof access.
I see. So who is left to deal once the civilians are all gone?
I'm told security has masks to handle the situation, so the guards will still be stationed in the building. It's also possible they'll activate their building's defense system as well. You may run into a few automated turrets, so you'll still want to try and stay out of sight.
Alright. I'll take it into consideration.
I'd highly advise you use it. This assignment isn't the time to test your abilities. The only thing you're out there to prove is that you can get this job done. We're also issuing you an operative suit. It should help reduce their ability to detect you. These suits are typically reserved for the senior ranks, but we want to reduce as much risk as possible.
So does this officially make me a senior ranked operative then?
Please, you're an exception. But we can talk promotion after you pull off this assignment.
I could have used that a long time ago.
Well, you're still here, so apparently you didn't need it that bad.
Once you've run the Overseer program and obtained the prototype, your final step is to deliver the slate to David Barron at the SSNN field office. If he asks questions, feel free to give him just enough information to pique his interest, but no mention of Ryujin or who you are. SSNN is used to anonymous tips. They'll do whatever verifications they deem necessary on their own to confirm the story.
Huh. What if he doesn't believe the story?
It doesn't matter what he believes. David's first move will be to verify the information you provide. Once he receives confirmation, which he will, he'll see it as his duty to report the news.
I see. So the data that I'm giving him is like a bait. Okay, so I'm giving the Overseer program to David then?
Ularu assured me it's safe.
The Overseer program will purge itself once its primary function is complete. The only thing left on that slate will be proof of Infinity's crimes.
Okay, It'll be the corporate story of the decade, Dane.
It certainly will, and we'll have front row seats. So, any final questions before you go?
What kind of security am I looking at encountering in Infinity Ltd?
Depending on whether or not you evacuate the building, you'll mostly be looking at security guards, much like we have here. You may encounter an automated defense system in the form of turrets as well, so be careful.
Okay, can you tell me the targets one more time?
Pay attention. We're giving
Really?
you a slate with a program that has to be run on Lucas Drexler and Fei Sengsavan's computers. You also need to steal their current prototype of the internal neuroamp kept on their R&D floor. Once you're done, you're bringing the slate to David Barron at SSNN, and you're returning here to me with the prototype.
Okay, gotcha. I was asking just to make sure, not that I'm not paying attention. Never mind. And how is the internal neuroamp going to come in handy here then?
You have the ability to manipulate others. If someone's in your way, you could get them to move. If someone has a keycard, that means you have a keycard. The possibilities here are really up to you.
How freely will I be able to move about in Infinity Ltd if I use a false identity?
You'll be restricted to the marketing floor. An appointment is not a free pass.
Okay, ready to go.
Good luck, and be sure to report directly back to me when you return.
Come with
Gotcha.
me. I have everything you need for this assignment in my office.
Sure you have. Anything else we can discuss? What if I get caught?
Should you get caught, we'll deny knowledge of your plans, as usual. It will be your responsibility to find a way to still complete your assignment and return to us when it's done.
Any advice on how the amp can come in handy?
It's not obvious yet? Take control of the situation. With the internal neuroamp, you can manipulate others any way you choose. If there's a key card, make someone hand it over. Or perhaps make them open the door themselves. You get the idea.
Who is Faye? How does she fit into all of this?
Faye is the head of Infinity Ltd's research and development team. She's notorious for her lack of morality, so it's no surprise that Lucas has a woman like her in charge. You should ask Vina about her sometime. I've heard they have a bit of a competitive history.
Maybe I will. Right, I'm not gonna ask about the assignments. I wanna have her scream at me. Right.
Keep out of my way, and I'll keep out of yours.
As much as I hate to admit it, Masako's plan is fairly straightforward and effective.
I figured you'd be the mastermind behind this assignment. Isn't that what operations does?
Believe it or not, Masako did a brief stint in operations. It was before my time, of course, but I heard she was quite the technician. It's not like she casually moved through the ranks either, and when it came to being CEO, she seized that position. Ask her about it sometime. Well, while you still can.
Don't tell me you're having regrets about wanting to oust her.
I'm only thinking it's a shame I can't keep her on as my own replacement. In an ideal world, Imogene would at least still be around. But the downside of making a move like this is that those bridges will never be rebuilt.
If Masako's plan works, do you think you can still get her voted out?
Of course, one way or another. Should too many linger on Masako's side, I'll just have you use that internal neuroamp to make up their minds for them.
I see. Well, I assume you brought me here then to discuss your side of the plan.
Very astute. It's nice to see you're living up to expectations as an operative. Lucky for you, my side of the plan doesn't involve any extra legwork on your end. The program that Masako had me write will be doing all the heavy lifting. While it's downloading the evidence needed, it will also be interspersing an array of files that will say Masako was heavily involved.
Now you want to frame Masako. You disgust me, Ularu.
So you're framing Masako to be the mole after you already framed Imogen?
That's right. The board will assume Masako either misled us, or that Imogen was working for her. So you have nothing to worry about. Now here's everything you need. Simon's passcode, your operative suit, the Overseer program, and your cover identity. Your cover ID card is encoded with roof entry and elevator access. So that's your ticket in, either way. Don't screw this up. Skylar Lumen?
Really? That's... right.
I'm very much looking forward to your return.
Any helpful advice for this assignment?
Sure. Don't get caught. Seriously, though, you have that internal neuroamp for a reason. Don't let power like that go to waste.
Can you give me more details on the maintenance system Simon gave you?
Their heating and ventilation systems are in critical condition. I'd say all they need is a gentle nudge in the right direction before Infinity has a gas leak on their hands. Just look for the maintenance systems computer by the roof access point. If you choose to use this information, I recommend entering Infinity Ltd through the roof access. That way, you can reap the immediate benefits.
Anything else I need to know about this identity that you gave me?
Only that you're the CEO of a new little startup called Lumen Interactive. The rest is entirely up to you. I trust you can create and maintain facts to your own story?
More or less. I'm not gonna ask about the Overseer program, because gotta know. Right, also, I see that the memorial service is active. Because yeah, I did a bit of exploration of screen and the time slowly but surely went down. I wonder if I can do sabotage. It is 24 hours. No. So I wonder if I can do sabotage, finish the mission, and then do the memorial. Right. Also, Sarah.
Hey. How are you holding up?
I'm fine, thanks.
Just don't forget to take time for yourself, okay? Plenty of rooms if you need to sit down and be alone for a while. We'll get through this. It might feel like everything's falling apart, but that's why we need to stick together.
Wait, is this regarding the funeral, this conversation? I think it might be. Yeah, you don't need to be strong for everyone, Sarah. You can grieve too.
We all have to get through this our own way. Don't worry about me. Really, I'll be fine.
I thought it was about the surgery I just had with the amp.
Loss is always hard. Constellation will get through this together. Like always. I'll be fine. Don't worry about me.
Yeah, that's not the idea.
Take care of yourself. A loss is always hard.
Okay, let's just go to the Jameson then. Okay, apparently I can land directly.
Painful memories or not, it's good to be home.
Right.
Take care of yourself. I'll be fine.
Okay, so
Don't worry about
I think we might need to attend the memorial service, unfortunately, because I'm trying to dismiss Sarah so I can go in alone. But I'm not getting any starting conversation. It's just some comments. Sure, okay, we'll do the service memorial now. I don't wanna wait an extra day to like miss it. I don't know, maybe it's a bit better that we're doing the memorial now.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
Because maybe it's gonna be a bit long.
Wonder what the artist was trying to represent.
To infiltrate Infinity RTD. And then, unfortunately, we're gonna have to leave it for the next episode then. I'll be surprised if this memorial takes like 1 to 3 minutes. Maybe I should have fast traveled to the lodge directly. I was about to say, we are going to the lodge, yeah. Okay, that's another full bottle of oxygen. I think like I'm around close to 40 out of 50. Okay, no longer active companion.
I will be monitoring everyone's vitals for signs of continued trauma.
Our own founder left on an expedition and never returned. It is easy to talk about the glory and excitement of breaching into the unknown, of lighting the darkness. But it is harder to stare into the face of the cost. That all of our progress is built on top of the lives of those who dared. And that we owe them the courage to continue our work in their memory.
Thank you, Sarah. If anyone else would like to say a few words.
Well, looks like we can. Sure. I mean, I guess I should say something, but I don't know what. Sam knew the dangers we faced better than anyone. If he was here, he would tell us to keep going, never stop. And I'll do everything I can to honor his memory.
Thank you. If anyone else wants to say something.
I see Sam's father is here. Not seeing Cora. Matteo?
I thought maybe I would come up with something to say, but I've got nothing. So instead, I thought I would quote something that gave me comfort a long time ago. Is God real? The more proper question would be, is reality divine? Existence itself is a mystery which yearns to be uncovered. What is goodness but a comparison to the good? What is existence but a participation in being? For where the diversity of the universe inspires awe and wonder, it exists only in contrast to a simplicity so pure that it may only be understood as primordial and even divine. Our essence is what was imagined by its mind. But what we consider imagining and what we consider mind are in fact so far beyond our understanding that even these metaphors are like the tiny white caps on a massive surging sea. There's more, but those are the parts that speak to me the most. Thank you.
That was really thoughtful, Matteo. Thank you. Does anyone else want to say anything?
Let's see if everybody comes up. think it's Walter's turn.
I don't often speak about what I believe in. It seems so redundant with how I live. But death is one of those occasions where it's hard not to look inward. Our friend is gone. There's no afterlife, or second meetings. No God in heaven that is curating a perfect ending for them. So it's up to us. We are what lives on. If the pain of loss inspires us to greater action, then that is the good that comes from all this. Humanity is what truly creates our world. We are the ones that judge things to be good or evil, joyful or mournful. Let us take responsibility for it. Let us remember what we have lost.
Walter, are you part of the House of Enlightenment? I never knew that.
Yes, well, I like to keep some things private.
Fair enough. Okay, who's next? Andreja? Barrett? Guess Barrett.
You all might not like thinking about this, but when we die, everything about us breaks down, decomposes, gets eaten up by insects and microbes. Or due to the lack of a biosphere, we are simply carried away by space and time until we sizzle in a distant sun's corona or get pulled in some gravitational field and coalesce with other debris. Not comforting, huh? But I disagree. Do you know what I find uncomfortable? The thought that after I die, the universe is just going to stand still forever. Could you imagine? The fact is that the universe goes on, that life goes on, that things do not just sit still. That right there is the comfort that I need. Yeah, we die, and some people go way before they should. But the universe doesn't care. Not because it's evil, but because it's infinite, ever expanding. And who wouldn't want to be a part of infinity? Even if it's just for a short while. Listen, we don't worry about ourselves before we were born, do we? Of course not. We emerge from the universe as we return to it. And for one beautiful moment, we are here together.
Yes, that certainly was an interesting perspective, Barrett.
Yeah. Really interesting. And I agree with it. Oh, is that everyone? Andreja, you don't want to say anything? Huh. Jacob?
My boy. I've lost my boy.
Did you ever patch things up with him?
What do you mean? Nothing wrong with me and my son. Sure, we yell. Families are supposed to yell at each other. So it keeps us honest. If you can't show your worst side to the people closest to you, who can you? If only he'd stayed at home.
A loss is always hard.
Chat for a bit?
Get through this.
Normally, I hate talking to people at funerals, but, well.
Yep, we can chat.
You don't believe in the afterlife, do you? I mean, this might be the worst time to bring it up, but...
I don't know. Guess I'll find out when I get there.
Yes. Won't we all? Well, I've taken up enough of your time.
Barrett?
You know, what you're feeling right now is a chemical reaction whose evolutionary goal is promoting social cohesion. Never seems to work for me. No matter how many times I do this, I feel less attached, not more.
Been to a lot of funerals, Barrett?
I wrote the book on them. The 10 Stages of Grief by A. Barrett. Step 1 used to be have a drink. But nowadays I settle on a good chocolate bar. You know, if there's one piece of advice I can actually give you, it's that lost loved ones have a way of coming back to you. One day you'll be sweeping out some old shelf or digging through a desk, and there it'll be. Some old paperweight of theirs. Or a piece of jewelry they gave you, half jokingly. Theoretically, of course.
Yeah, of course, theoretically.
Yeah, exactly.
I hope this is all okay. Between fixing things up and sending out messengers and getting all the paperwork done. It's not much.
You did all that? When?
I haven't really been sleeping much. I'm not having the best dreams right now.
It's fine. No, thank you.
Good. Good. Sorry, if I talk any longer, I'm gonna start crying. Could you excuse me?
Sure. Mateo?
It almost feels wrong to be grieving. Selfish. No amount of tears will bring the dead back.
Funerals are more for the living. Is that it?
Yes. We don't have a way of knowing whether we really touched the departed with our grief. We just have to have faith.
It's okay to grieve, Mateo.
It's just easier to feel guilty, if you'll excuse me.
Sona?
You go do what you have to do. I'll be okay.
Where did Andreja go? There's Cora.
Hi.
Cora, about Sam.
No. I can't handle this. Dad is... Everyone keeps saying things. Mom? Grandpa? So many people.
We can give it the space if you need it, Cora.
Huh. Are we supposed to feel better? Just because we're all in one place?
We've lost someone. Only natural to come together.
It's just... It doesn't change anything, does it?
No, there's no changing what happened. But we have to keep living.
Every day is going to be worse now. Don't you get that? I want to be alone for a while, okay?
Sure. Oh. Lillian.
You one of Sam's consolation people? Lillian Hart. He probably never mentioned me. I mean, I try not to talk about him, so... I'm sorry. That was a terrible thing to say. Cora's mother, Sam's ex. God, I'm rambling. Look, I don't know who I should speak to about this, but Cora and I talked, and she's coming to live with me.
Yeah, he did mention you. That's why I'm surprised and glad that you're here. But is this what Cora wants?
Right now, she's taking it all so hard. She wants to get away from here. In time, maybe she'll come back.
I mean, she could stay with us in Constellation.
That's a generous offer. But I've wanted more time with my daughter for years. Not under circumstances like this. But it's best she's with family. We'll be leaving soon. So say your goodbyes to her, if you like.
Can we chat again?
I kept wanting to visit Mom. But now...
Andreja, how come you didn't say anything?
Everyone is in mourning. I understand, but I cannot quite share in their emotion.
I mean, you're in mourning too, Andreja, in your own way.
I have seen death. I have lost people I considered close. But this is... It is not the same. I cannot explain why. I am not sure I am making sense.
No, you're making perfect sense. There's no right way to feel.
Thank you.
It looks like we have more conversation with her.
If you are free soon, could we talk?
Yep, sure. Just give me a second to talk with Vladimir.
Drink? Pour one out to the blackest sea?
Yeah, sure.
Two old friends. May their ghosts go past the edges of space, to the great beyond.
To all friends.
Aye. Good for us all to be together. Even I don't like to be alone at a time like this.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna down it right now.
This
and
is
Andreja.
harder than I am reminded of how different Constellation works compared to what I am used to.
Giving a chat?
I am sorry. My head is swimming. This is harder than I
Okay,
expected.
I think that actually not everybody. Vasco, do you have anything to say?
Has been measurably reduced. I am told these types of gatherings are a sad vacation. That assumption appears to be correct.
That's right.
I appreciate you verifying my analysis, although I am certain my thanks will do little to improve your current psychological trauma. If you would like, though, I can add some consoling language to my programming.
Sure, console away.
It will take some time to adapt, but it will be okay. How was that?
Strangely helpful.
I
Thank
will
you, Vasco.
note that feedback for later.
Okay, let's leave. Because I think maybe that's why I can't talk with Andreja and do anything else with my companions. Yeah, now she's my active companion.
Ah, my day just got a whole
I have
lot
something for you.
brighter. Bye now.
Hold up. Barrett?
Lay it on me. Thought you'd never ask.
Did you just give me food? I think you did. Yeah, sure. Oh, that actually gave me experience increase. Where are you going,
It's a
Mateo?
long shot, but
Please
people are quiz.
disregard.
Ah,
No
I
okay, okay.
attempted an informal greeting, but I am dissatisfied
I'm
with
here
the
for
results.
you, my love. Fine. But you promise me.
Yeah. Let me just have the conversation with Andreja since we are here. And then I'll end it here for this episode. In next episode we can start our Mission Impossible style mission, hopefully. I
Hi
don't know, I'm
there.
thinking about that.
How's it going?
It has been a relief to be honest with you about my past. I appreciate your willingness to listen. But talking about this, remembering all those years, has brought back some unsettling memories.
I'm here for you if you need someone to listen.
Thank you. That means a great deal to me. I have told you that I spent many years coordinating with smugglers along the edges of the settled systems. There were men and women I worked alongside closely. And over time, I established relationships. They were not of the promised, but I considered them friends.
What do you mean promised?
It describes the people of House Varun. We who have been promised to serve the Great Serpent now and forever. In exchange, he promises to care for us when he returns to his domain.
Well, even us heathens can be worth getting to know.
Yes, I have found that to be true. It was, and is, still a surprise. You must understand. I was raised to believe that those who do not follow the Great Serpent do not matter, for they are lost. Their fate is fixed and grim. And yet here were these men and women with hopes and dreams, delights and aversions. It felt like a small betrayal of my people, of House Varun, but I cared for my friends. And then I lost them.
It's never easy losing a friend.
It's not something I have much experience with. It was so sudden. We had met on a remote planet to transfer cargo, and zealots appeared in force, seemingly out of nowhere. There was barely time to react. So many were cut down immediately. I believe my years of training saved me, got me moving when others faltered. I retreated to my ship immediately. But I left them all behind. Aaron Bascom and Jada Wong. They were my friends, and I abandoned them. And in the years since, I have never looked for them.
How long has it been?
10 years. I was immediately reassigned to another role, light years away.
So you've never checked up on them?
No. I told myself it's because I never had the time, but in truth, I was scared of what I'd find.
So you're worried that they blame you for leaving them?
No. Maybe. I don't know. It all happened so fast, and I've had so much time since then to replay it in my head. Wonder if I should have done things differently. In my time getting to know you, I have thought more and more of all this. How little sense it all made, how I never really knew what happened or what became of my friends. My connection to you has reminded me what it means to trust someone, to be there for them. And I can no longer live with not knowing. I need to finally pursue this. I would like you with me when I do. I do not know what we will find, but I know it will be easier with you at my side.
I guess I have a flirt option. Yeah, sure. If it will ease your mind, I mean.
I am not sure I will find any comfort in it. But I think it is important, nonetheless. I am not sure where they might be now, but I believe we should begin the search in Aquila City. That is where I last saw Aaron Bascom.
Oh. Can I not? Ah, crying out loud.
I trust you are well. Not a chance. We have far too many things left to do.
Wonderful. Right, this is not what I expected. I mean, I guess... Can I at least tell her
Always
to
good to
wait?
speak with a friend. I'll be here when you need me.
Okay, so I can tell her to wait. Right, so you wait here. Because I want to do the Rujin quest first. Then we can do anything else. Okay. This would be where? I assume Commercial District, West End. Right. And I think I'm gonna use the roof access. And I'll just make my way from top to bottom, you know? Because if I go at the front desk and use the ID and whatnot, then I'll have to go up, then go back down. And that way, if I go from the rooftop, I just clear the floors as I go from top to bottom. And then when I just get out, I just go the way back I came, I suppose. Unless there's another exit after I finish with all the objectives. But that'll be for next time. For now, I'll leave it here for this episode. Currently we have Andreja's companion quest. Which means I might have missed Sam's companion quest. And I'm assuming maybe Barrett's maybe has as well. So I kinda need to take Barrett with me if we think like that. We'll see. For now, I'll leave it here for this episode. So I'll see you next time. But as always, don't forget to take care.